sino ba ang boss nyo talaga? Yung concessionaires o yung mga tao na nagko-commute yan? If you look at your joint memorandum circular, may penalty yung commuter. Pero yung toll concessionaires, wala kayong inilalagay na penalty. Kung ipalakad yung pagiging attorney mo rito,
I think on
have you
record,
penalized in the past the concessionaires?
hindi pa po na-penalize yung ating mga toll operators, concessionaires.
Bakit nyo atat na i-implement dito? Na ipinalize ninyo yung mga commuters? Nung ang violation ng, halimbawa, motorista ako, pumasok ako dun sa kwan, wala akong kulang yung aking load. What traffic violation would I commit?
Wala po, sir.
Yes. Pero ngayon, pumirma kayo ng circular na may violation, pagbabayarin ninyo yung mga tao. For example, specific, pumasok ako ngayon, kulang yung aking load. Anong i-charge mo sa akin?
Wala po, sir.
Wala.
Wala po.
Pero dito, meron na.
Yes, sir.
Bakit ganun?
Gusto ko lang po sundan yung before I proceed with the point that was raised by Congressman Panso. Gusto ko lang sundan yung issue that was tackled by Congressman Busita. Kasi po in the very first place, that is not the fault of the commuters. Kasi may problema ang system nyo. Eto ako, every week, etong week lang na hindi ako nakauwi, last week pala, 2 weeks ago. Pero 3 weeks before that, I traveled from that point, Araneta Avenue, going to airport. Hindi nabasa yung RFID ko. Pagbalik ko, nito lang, just this Monday, hindi ulit nababasa. Tinanggihan. Ang card ko. Now, eto, I talk to my staff. Bakit ganito? Alam mo ang sagot? Alam mo ang sagot sa akin? Ng staff ko, sabi daw ng, hindi ko alam kung sino yung kausap niya doon. Ang sagot is, sige lang po, kahit mag-negative. Okay lang. Kahit mag-negative daw, okay lang kasi ibabawas naman daw later. Yun yung hindi ko maintindihan. Now, second point is ganito. Of course, you're telling this committee na okay lang, pwede pa. Siguro warning lang or whatever. But why you have an October 1 date? Di ba? What is the basis for this October 1 date? Ano yung basis nyo dito? Do you commit that after October 1, okay na lahat? Before? Hindi, kaya ako, Mr. Chairman, dapat tanggalin na muna to. Huwag kayong maglagay ng date na hindi nyo kaya. Just like, babalik na naman tayo doon sa modernization. Diba? Baka extend. Diba? Nakakaya. Dapat pag-aralan muna bago maglagay ng mga specific na deadline. Diba? Second, eto pa. Ano ba talagang problema? Does it cause traffic because of this negative load? Anong basis nun? Kasi ang problema natin dito is the traffic, di ba? How to solve the traffic. No, kasi kung ang solution nyo is to favor all those toll, may problema kayo dyan. Well, in fact, yung service nila, yung reliability nila, me, myself, experienced that. And until today, baka akit na naman ako dyan sa Araneta, hindi na naman babasa yung card ko. Kaya nga sa akin lang po, sana yung deadline, wag na muna to. Huwag tayo maglagay ng deadline, then we will extend again. Nakakahiya po. It only shows na wala tayong malinaw na direksyon sa kaplano. Kung may plano man, hindi doable. Kaya kasi naglagay kayo ng October 1, tapos yung excuse nyo is, that's a flimsy excuse, na by October 1, pwedeng sabihin, hindi, warning lang yun. At ano ba to? Naglulukuhan pa tayo dito? Di ba? I hope you understand. No? Kaya ang suggestion ko, wag na muna tayo maglagay ng deadline dito. Second point is, ano ba talaga ang problema? It cause traffic or you just want to accommodate the complaints of the uh, toll service provider?
If I may be permitted to respond, Mr. Chair. On the first point, Mr. Chair, we appreciate and we really welcome the comments, Mr. Chair. We will elevate to the Secretary the October 1, the moving of the October 1 deadline. On the second point, Mr. Chair, perhaps Edie Carullo may answers the policy behind this GMC, Mr. Chair.
Ang pulisiya po kasi yan, pagka po kasi sa tollway natin, wala pong sufficient load yung ating motorista, hindi po umaangat kaagad yung barrier. So ang nangyayari po dyan, naiipon po yung ating mga sasakyan. So nagkokos po yan ng long queuing. In the same manner po, kung mapapansin nyo, yung mga pumapasok po ng RFID lane na wala namang RFID, ibig sabihin nagpe-pay ng cash, nagkokos din po yan ng traffic. Tapos yun pong, opo.
Yung first point, ano yon? Isa-isa natin. Yung first point,
Insufficient load po.
it caused traffic.
Opo, kasi pagka
Pero alam mo ba, mas marami po yung hindi mababasa yung load kaysa yung sinabi mong negative.
totoo po yan, may data rin po
Kaya nga eh.
Opo,
Kaya
pero,
nga, why? Now, hindi, tapusin mo muna ako.
opo.
Bakit ikakarga mo? And that will be the basis. Ang problema dito at dapat na solusyonan is ayusin nila. Now, after that, pwede natin pag-usapan yung question of negative load. Pwede kang i-penalize nila eh. Palusutin, then for 1 month, wala. Pwede naman gawin yun eh. Di ba? Di ba?
Totoo po yun.
Di ba? Just to give at least penalty to all those na hindi naman kailangan bumayad. Palusutin, pero okay, 1 month wala ka. For as long as malinaw na 100% na yung reliability ng ating ano. Di ba?
Totoo po yun. Kasabihan nga po natin, it takes two to tango. So kailangan okay po yung ating system on the part of the toll operators, tapos on the part of our motorist naman, disiplinado po sila.
Your Honor, may I intervene?
Sige, Chairman.
Attorney,
Matotango.
did you
Tango,
ever
hindi ko
conduct a study kung ilan sa ating populasyon na dumadaan dyan ay kaya na mag-load ng 3,000? Alam niyo ba yun? Alin ba ang mas maraming dumadaan dyan? Yung mas maraming pera o yung mas kaya lang yung daily living lang? Have you ever conducted a study on that?
I will yield to the TRB TCS audit team kasi operational ano po.
Sino makakasagot nun? Did you ever conduct a study kung ano ang capacity ng mga dumadaan dyan para mag-load ng 1,000, 3,000 or what?
Good morning po, Mr. Chair. Regarding the
The
question po,
morning is not pleasant because of your answers. I'm
regarding,
just being frank.
sorry po. Regarding po dun sa inyo pong tanong, Mr. Chair, the specific study for
Did you ever conduct a study? Yes or no?
no po, Mr. Chair.
Ay, wala kang basihan. Kasi nagiging arbitrary yung paglagay nyo ng penalty dito kung hindi nyo kinonduct yung study na yan. Di ba? Hindi naman lahat ng tao kaya na magbayad dyan ng yung gusto nyo. Yesterday, I asked the department, sino ba ang boss nyo talaga? Yung concessionaires o yung mga tao na nagko-commute dyan? And your answer was, the people commuting. Pero the way I look at it, hindi. You know why? If you look at your joint memorandum circular, may penalty yung commuter. Pero yung toll concessionaires, wala kayong inilalagay na penalty. Di ba? Number 2, do you have a basis or a study why you came up with this penalty? What was your basis?
Mr. Chair, kasi po ang joint memorandum circular is a
Wag mo
joint.
nang idan kasi tatanungin ko rin ng LTO bakit siya pumirma dyan eh.
Hindi, actually po, yun pong penalties, yun po ay within the jurisdiction po ng LTO po talaga.
Alam ko.
Opo.
Kaya
Sila
nga
po makakasagot.
sinabi ko, pupunta ako sa kanya.
Opo. As to the sinasabi nyo na, opo.
Kaya nga eh.
Hindi, yung una pong punto nyo, sinasabi nyo wala pong penalty yung mga toll operators dun sa ating GMC. Kasi po, iba po yung guidelines sa penalty sa toll operators. Another ano po yan, yun po
Nasaan yung guidelines na yun?
yun po yung minimum performance specifications and standards ng toll collection system.
Could you please give this committee para mabasa ko kung meron talagang penalty yung concessionaires? Kasi pag wala, hindi parehas ang tingin ninyo.
Eto, TRB. Kasi napaka-init na issue to, tapos sabihin mo, hindi po, yung penalty po nandun sa kabila. Wala dito. Joint memorandum circular to eh. Dapat pinasok niyo dito.
Kasi po, iba-iba po kasi yung guidelines namin, merong para sa toll operator.
Hindi nga eh. Kahit ano, that's a flimsy excuse. Dapat pinasok niyo dito kasi dito mismo makita natin kung indeed, may penalty din sila.
Opo, yan. Binarnish po
Kaya
namin yung...
reacted nga eh. Di ba? Kasi wala dito. Now, kung hindi kayo maiipit, sa kanyang sabihin, hindi, nandun po sa kabila. Yung mga sinasabi mo kanina, it takes two to tango, dito it takes two to tango. Sinisipirit niyo po, dito sa kabila tango, sa kabila chatsa.
Iyo, ganito na lang eh. Yung inyong circular regarding commuters na mag-penalize, alam ng mga tao. In other words, they were made aware of it. But the people were never made aware of itong circular na ito na sinasabi ni Chairman Paduano na para sa mga operators and concessionaires. Di ba?
Yan po kasing revised MPSS natin. Yan po yung naka-upload po sa website ng TRB. Siguro po may pagkukulang talaga ang TRB to disseminate the information. Pero lahat po ng guidelines namin naka-upload po sa website at saka sa Facebook po ng TRB.
Again, I will ask the question. Lahat ba ng tao dito sa Pilipinas o lahat ng dumadaan dyan sa NLEX may wifi o kaya nilang bumasa doon sa inyong account?
At
That
saka
is
po,
your assumption.
At saka po yan, bago po nag-take effect, pinablish po siya sa newspaper in general. Pero
Sige, wala ka na sagot. At ako naman.
admittedly po, on that part po, mukhang may pagkukulang po ayan siya, and we will try to intensify the information campaign.
Itong sinasabi niyong bago kayo, pakinggan mo yung tanong ko, baka hindi ka makasagot eh. Ikaw, Yusek, when the chairman is speaking, you listen also. Bakit ikaw bang attorney niya or defense counsel?
Your Honor, I apologize. I just had to say something po, very quick po, but I'm sorry if I interrupted your line of questioning. Salamat.
Your action is improper, Yusek, to say the least. May I ask, in the past, have you penalized the concessionaires?
Diyan po sa ating
Yes or no lang yung sagot ng attorney.
meron
Kung
po,
ipalakad yung pagiging attorney mo rito,
I think on
have you
record,
penalized in the past the concessionaires?
hindi pa po na-penalize yung ating mga toll operators, concessionaires. Pwede po ako magpaliwanag?
Yes.
Kasi po ganito po yan, yung ating existing MPSS na inabutan ko, meron po kasing nakalagay na provision doon na pwede nilang i-correct yung pagkukulang nila. So ang ginawa po ng TRB during that time, hindi ko po panahon ito nung dati pang administrasyon, inissuean po sila ng mga notice na meron silang deficiency and for correction. Ang procedure pong ginagamit nila doon, pagka na-comply nila yung deficiency, so nag-issue po sila ng tinatawag na NCAR. Pagka po na-comply nila yung non-conformity or non-compliance, hindi po sila na-penalize. Kaya nga po ngayon, dahil ito, para fair naman dun sa ating mga motorista, we intend to modify the procedure para naman po, kasi kung tutuusin po, pag hindi po siya nag-comply, ano na po yun violation na yun, nagkataon lang po, dun sa old guidelines, meron pa siyang tinatawag na siguro, tinitingnan nila yung bigyan mo ng pagkakataon. Pero ngayon po, ang intention namin, pagka hindi ka nag-comply, bibigyan ka na ng tinatawag na NCAR together with the penalty po. Yun po ang direction ng Toll Regulatory Board.
Thank you. The Honorable Paduano is recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. Kailan ka ba nag-assume sa TRB?
This administration po, March
2022?
dito, 2023 po.
2023?
3.
No. It's more than a year. O anong pinagsasabi mo na under the past administration? You've been in the TRB for the past, ilan? More than a year.
Opo, kaya nga po, within my...
Sandali. Hindi
Opo.
ka pa na-recognize.
Ay, sorry po.
Eto, Chairman, pasalamat to. Ano to ngayon briefing lang If somebody will file a resolution to investigate this GMC, problema mo po yon. Kasi wag mong itapon yung problema sa previous administration. Alam na namin yon. Now you were staying in TRB for more than a year. Paglabas nitong GMC nyo, saka mo sasabihin na dapat penalize sila diretso. You should have done on the very first day. Di ba? Ngayon mo sasabihin na hindi po, dating administrasyon po, ngayon ginagawa na namin. You've been more than a year. What a coincidence, attorney, na paglabas ng GMC na to, saka mo sabihin sa amin, na bago na ngayon to, ganito. You should have done that. Last year pa. Di ba? Nako.
Mr. Chair,
Chairman, siguro ako,
I apologize, Mr. Chair.
Sandali. Sinabihan ka na nga na you wait to be recognized by this chair. Nagsasalita pa yung tao. Please proceed, Your Honor.
Anyway, Chairman, I will just end my interpellation kasi I hope somebody will file a reso. Or if not, I will push for a motu proprio investigation on this thing. Of course, motu proprio should be 2/3 of the members. Majority? Majority ba? 2/3? 2/3. Majority. Oh, it's up to the members. Ako, hindi na ako magtatanong kasi baka pagdating doon sa investigation, masasagot yun Alam niya yung sagot sa mga tanong ko. Ang dami pa po akong itatanong dito. Ngayon ko lang ito nabasa. Well, pati public consultation, nagawa niyo ba yun? Wala. Di ba? You're protecting kamo the commuters, but hindi niyo ginawa yun. Kaya doon na lang tayo magkita-kita just in case. If somebody will file a resolution in regards to this. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Wala na. Oni, wala ka na. Before we end, may I ask TRB, what is the logic behind this circular? Kasi parang atat na atat kayo Could you please explain to this committee the logic?
Yun pong JMC po, Mr. Chair.
The logic, bakit nyo atat na implement ito? Na ipinalize ninyo yung mga commuters when in fact, in reality, yung sistema hindi pa efficient. Kaya tinatanong ko yung logic Hindi ba bago ka gagawa ng isang bagay na masasaktan yung kwan, dapat yung dahilan na sila ay masasaktan ay efficient. Is the tollway system efficient? May I know?
Mr. Chair, ah yun pong JMC, kaya po gustong
Hindi
ipasa.
yun ang tinanong ko.
Alin po?
Dalawang tanong ko, what is the logic behind this JMC? Number two, is the tollway system efficient? Please answer the first one.
Yung una po, Mr. Chair, yung JMC po kasi isa siya dun sa legal framework to support the full implementation po ng contactless toll collection program. And yung pong board gave us to implement the full cashless October 31 po of this year. So we are we are we are hopefully implementing these three new guidelines in support of the full contactless program with the deadline on October 31. As to the second question po, kung efficient siya, admittedly po may mga pagkukulang po talaga yung ating system.
It is supposed to attain yung contactless program. There are several components of this, but ang principal ay yung sistema. Would you agree?
Opo.
Now, may I know, 100 efficient na ba yung sistema?
Opo, based po dun sa, Mr. Chair, based po dun sa dry run, as you noted also, we found out that the system is not 100% po.
Oh, hindi pala 100% eh. Eh bakit nyo gustong pahirapan yung mga tao doon sa isang sistema na hindi pa perfecto? Matanong ko ba kayo? Kasi yung experience ni Honorable Paduano, na-experience ko rin pag umaakyat ako sa Baguio. Yung sasakyan ko, doon ko na nga pinalagyan doon sa tabi ng NLEX eh. Sila na nagkabit, sila lahat. Hindi pa rin na rin. Kalalagay lang. Anong? Sige nga. Explain mo sa akin.
Mr. Chair,
Sila na naglagay. Sa kanila yung RFID na inilagay, hindi rin nabasa ng sistema nila. Anong kasalanan ko ngayon?
opo, Mr. Chair,
And you're going to penalize me?
doon po sa issue ng mga RFID, can I ask the toll operators to answer? Masasagot po nila yung problema yan po.
Ikaw namamahala ng ng tolls eh. Di ikaw ang sumagot bago ko tanungin sila. Ikaw ang gusto mag-implement nito eh. Kaya sagutin mo ako.
Opo, yung
Why are you trying to insist na i-penalize kami, sumusunod naman kami, pero yung sistema ang may diferensya? Sagutin mo ako.
Opo, kaya nga po together with the policy direction of the board ng chairman po natin ng board,
Ngayon,
we defer the implementation po.
hindi. Pag tinuloy nyo sa October 1 dito, ako, I will ask for a motu proprio investigation on the matter. Yan ang sabi ko sa inyo. And I will see to it that every aspect of this will be investigated properly. Nameno, attorney, who had a significant hand in coming up with this joint memorandum circular? The LTO, DOTR, TRB, or the toll operator? Could you please answer?
Mr. Chair, the initial draft came from the LTO po. And we discussed together with the DOTR and come up with different review and revisions before the final draft po, together with the inputs from the stakeholders, including some.
Yes. And may I know from LTO what is your business coming up with this circular regarding traffic and the tollways?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. This was an offshoot, sir.
What is your business there?
Sir, this was an offshoot of a meeting conducted in the OTR where the LTO was tasked, it was impressed upon us of the importance of LTO in the implementation of a barrier app of our barrierless program. Our component here is on the enforcement side, Mr. Chair. The bulk of this is something we are not familiar with. That's why we passed it on to TRB. But the draft that we prepared was more focused on the enforcement side. That is what we were concerned of. The penalties that we proposed were actually based on the JAO 2014, where other traffic violations, Mr. Chair, was fined a fine of minimum of 1,000 pesos. Doon po namin naging basehan yung JAO na yon. That was our contribution to the draft, Your Honor, was the enforcement side. But this is still.
Sandali.
Yes, sir.
Enforcement side.
Yes, sir.
Ano po ang violation ng motorist under our traffic laws? Ano ang violation nga?
Prior.
Ano ang violation dun sa sa traffic laws? 4136?
Actually, before this.
Ano nga ang violation ng halimbawa motorista ako, pumasok ako dun sa wala akong kulang yung aking load. What traffic violation would I commit?
Wala po, sir.
What's your business on me?
It was after the drafting of this, that's why there was a need for a joint memorandum circular approved by the
Kaya
Secretary.
nga,
Yes, sir.
what law will you implement dyan sa violation dyan sa
Well,
May no?
it's more of the regulatory powers, Your Honor, of the LTO and the OTR
Yeah, but
specifically.
your regulatory powers are based on law.
Yes, sir.
Please provide me the law.
Republic Act 4136.
Ano nga ang provision doon?
I'll give it to you, sir.
Ano nga?
I
Obstruction?
Uh,
What?
I don't have the exact provision right now.
And you were the ones who drafted this and you should know.
Yes, sir.
Pumirma kayo sa joint memorandum circular. You should know kung ano ang ipapataw nyo sa amin.
Opo, sir. Well, here we...
Kasi, tingnan mo ang violation. There are 3 violations. Number 1, no RFID, dilapidated RFID. First offense, 1,000. Second offense, 2,000. Succeeding offense, 5,000. Insufficient load. First offense, 500. Second offense, 1,000. Succeeding offenses, 2,500. Fraudulent or false RFID, okay na yan sa amin.
Yes, sir.
Pero itong first 2, ano ang violation nito doon sa lintik na 4136 na sinasabi mo?
As I said, sir, we based
Ano
it...
pa ang violation? You cite to me what provision of Republic Act 4136 would these offenses fall?
None, sir.
Bakit mo ako huliin? Kakasuhan kita.
It's not specified in 4136, sir. I agree.
Yes, I agree. Because alam ko.
Yes, sir.
Pero ngayon, pumirma kayo ng circular na may violation, pagbabayarin ninyo yung mga tao. And you let it look as if it's a traffic violation. Kaya
Yes, sir.
tinatanong ko, what is the legal basis of all this?
Sir, we're guided by the Supreme Court case in Republic versus Basa, wherein the JAO 2014 was upheld, affirming the regulatory and fine setting authority of the DOTR. Question po yung validity ng JAO and authority.
Yes, pero ano
Ito,
nga
sir.
for example, specific, pumasok ako ngayon, kulang yung aking load. Anong i-charge mo sa akin?
Wala po, sir.
Wala.
Wala po.
Pero dito, meron na.
Yes, sir.
Bakit ganun?
Exactly what I'm saying, sir. We're guided by the Supreme Court case of Republic versus Basa, wherein the authority of the Secretary to impose new fines.
And what is the gist of that goddamn decision?
Sir, they question the validity of the Joint Administrative Order 01-2014, specifically the authority to set fines and penalties and the excessiveness of said fines and penalties. And in that case, sir, the Supreme Court upheld both authority and the fine itself. That's why we use this as our guidelines, sir, because under the JAO 2001-2014, other traffic violations is fined by 1,000 pesos. So doon rin kami nag-base, sir, in setting up the fine, a minimum fine of 1,000 pesos, sir.
Minimum fine of 1,000.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we just
Sige.
base it on that law.
We'll take that. As of now, it will not stop here. I can guarantee you that. Yung first offense, dilapidated RFID. When can you say that an RFID is dilapidated? Yeah.
Sir, I would have to admit it's still a work. I do not know, sir.
God damn it. It's still working in Kwan. Bakit kayo nag-implement?
We are now defining, sir, the dilapidated RFID. But in the initial...
Well, you came up with
Yes,
a
sir.
circular, and you should come up with a definition of its terms there.
Right, sir. And that's what's lucky that we have to complete, sir.
Now, what is the definition of a dilapidated RFID? Now, again, who will determine yung durability ng RFID na ilalagay? Baka malubog kayo na malubog dito eh.
Sir, that's true.
You need the help of the RIUSEC or legal?
May I be permitted, Mr.
Yeah.
Chair? On the first point, Mr. Chair, as to what's the potential traffic violation, it is our humble opinion, Mr. Chair, that under the RA 4136, Section 54, there's a violation called obstruction of traffic. So essentially, if any person will drive his vehicle as to obstruct or impede the passage of another vehicle, that constitutes violation. So as far as we are concerned, in our humble opinion, Mr. Chair, the entering into an RFID lane without any RFID or any insufficient load might constitute obstruction of justice. Obstruction of traffic, Mr. Chair. And on the second point, Mr. Chair, our humble understanding is the lifespan of an RFID is only 2 years. So if after 2 years the RFID has not been replaced, it may be considered dilapidated if it's no longer working, Mr. Chair.
O sige, granting without accepting. Yung RFID, wala pang 2 years, hindi na mabasa. And I get penalized.
If I may, Mr. Chair,
Yeah.
our thinking is that we will not issue a show cause order unless it is clear to us that there's no systems error.
Inistorbo nyo na ako eh. Supposing I have an important engagement in Baguio, tapos na-delay ako eh, nagkaroon ako ng damages. Can I run after you?
If it is out of gross neglect or bad faith, yes, you can run after.
Ay, kasi yun nga yung sinasabi ko, your system is not yet perfect and yet you penalize us.
Agree, sir.
Yun ang sinasabi ko. You make your system work efficiently and then we will not complain. The people will not complain.
I agree, sir. In fact, to the extent that we are of the thinking that no show cause orders can be issued unless we are sure that the system is working well.
Naistorbo mo na nga ako eh.
Hindi ho namin sila gagalawin on the ground, sir. Tuloy-tuloy lang mga biyahe nila, hindi ho namin dito store as far as enforcement side is concerned.
Yun ang akala mo. Is it the reality?
Sir, ngayon po, it's different. But once we now implement the JNC.
Kaya ngayon yung sinasabi ko, i-perfect nyo muna yung
Agreed, sir.
sistema
Yes, sir.
before you can penalize us.
Yes, sir.
Hindi kami magre-reklamo.
Yes, sir.
Pero kung yung sistema, may diferensya, tapos kami ang magsasuffer, I will run after you.
Yes, sir.
Di ba? Alam ko naman yung rights ko.
Yes, sir.
But do majority of the people do that?
So we will issue on our part LTO, we will issue an operational guidelines for our enforcers and our deputized enforcers in order to be clear that the motorist cannot be penalized or no show cause order can be penalized if the system, as you said, sir, is not perfect or in error. So sisiguraduhin muna namin before a show cause order can be issued, sir.
Again, Attorney Arroyo, who initiated this goddamn memorandum circular? Is it you? Your office? Or DOTR or LTO?
It's a joint effort by the OTR, LTO,
I'll
and
walk you there.
TRB.
Kailangan may pasimula. Sino ang nagsimula?
The initiative is spearheaded by TRB and LTO together with the OT. Actually, sir, it's a collaborative effort, sir, by the three agencies. And
Ibig mong sabihin, kung starting line yan, sabay-sabay kayong apat?
tatlo po, kaming tatlo po.
Kayong tatlo? Sabay-sabay kayo?
More,
Na nag-step forward?
yun nga po, as I have said earlier, the initial draft came from the LTO and we gave our inputs.
LTO pala. So,
Opo.
LTO.
Yung initial draft po, pero yung pong
Kaya nga, huwag ka na magkuhan. Kasi merong beginning at saka end yan eh. Meron nagsisimula, meron nagtatapos. Ang tanong ko lang, sino ba, saan nanggaling yung ideya na ito? Yun lang aking katanungan. Ngayon, sinasabi mo LTO.
yung initial draft po from LTO po.
Would you agree, LTO?
Mr. Chair, ang raming problema na ng LTO. Itong
Ay, hindi, dadagdagan ko nga eh.
ito nga barrierless, we did not even know about a barrierless or a barrier
I'll see to it that I will block your budget.
Yes. That's why it cannot originate from us, sir. Ang
Maswerte kayo. Sabi ni Congressman Paduano, wala tayo sa hearing, kundi
Yes,
contempt ko na kayo.
sir, as I said, this was as I explained, we were just brought to a meeting and that's how it all started. As far as the LTO is concerned, sir.
And I do not know why the Secretary of the OTR would approve this or would have approved this. Hindi ko maintindihan. Kasi tao ang apektado rito eh. Tao. Maski kami. You should have thought of that. Lalo-lalo na yung naglagay kayo ng penalty. Tinanong ko rin kayo kahapon, have you ever conducted a hearing regarding yung pag-i-impose nyo ng penalty?
Sir, as far as LTO is concerned, no, sir.
I beg your pardon?
As far as LTO is concerned, sir, we did not conduct any
Tama.
public hearing.
You did not even conduct a survey among the motorists na dumadaan dyan to get their side also. Marami pa akong katanungan sa inyo, pero, you know,